Hi everyone. The DEI committee stemmed from last summer's death of George Floyd. I'm humbled to be a leader in this committee. For me, it is both personal and professional. I want my actions to be a reflection of the change that needs to happen for my children, for my staff, and for my colleagues. I hope that this diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative brings us to a deeper engagement with one another. Thank you.
In my family, we have 4 children hailing from 5 different biological parents, 2 different cultures, India and the US, 3 different religions, Catholic, Hindu, and Unitarian, and 2 different types of disability. It took work to blend this family. I also saw how deeply painful it is to be dismissed as different, intentionally or unintentionally. And my children challenged my silence when I was afraid to speak up. I joined this effort so that I could speak up.
For me, a real wake-up moment and a bit of a shake-up was a training I did 3 years ago at Safe Passage. It was there that I learned much more about what it means to be privileged, that we all have biases and prejudices, and how these things are woven into the organizations and institutions all around us. I recognize I still have a lot more to learn, but I also feel that this conversation very much belongs at Pathlight, and it's on me and all of us to do something and to take action.
I joined DEI because members of our Whole Children community had the courage to share their stories. I believe everyone has the right to feel safe, encouraged, and heard. I envision a place where people feel empowered to show up every day without fear and be the best version of themselves. I've stayed a member of this committee because the committee is dedicated to being authentic and making decisions for a better tomorrow.
I came to the DEI because I really want to be sure that all the voices of Pathlight are heard. Through my son's experience, he has an intellectual disability, and I can see how sometimes his voice isn't heard and his experiences are not valued. And I want a world where that's not the case. And I don't think that we're going to actually be able to change the world, much as I would love that, but maybe we can change our little corner and make Pathlight a place where we have these discussions openly and honestly and move forward a little bit.
I joined this initiative because I truly believe that everybody deserves a voice, no matter where, who, or how you grew up, and that respecting and seeing the value in our differences is what will make Pathlight and the world a better place. On a personal level, growing up in a Muslim family, I felt that I had to hide a large piece of myself in order to fit in and be accepted. And I can say that that is no way to live. And I would love to see a world where we embrace everybody just as they are.
I joined the DEI committee because I strongly believe in an inclusive workplace where everybody brings their true, authentic selves. Being a Muslim and having grown up in West Africa, Mali and Senegal, I had to adapt to a different culture when I moved to the United States. I realized that in our Pathlight community, we have a significant amount of people who are living or have lived the same experience. So I want to help bring diversity of experiences, of thoughts, and of background for a better and productive workplace and for better interaction with everybody that are involved in our mission.
There are a few different reasons why I feel really lucky to be working on this initiative. But the most personal to me is breaking down the stereotypes and stigma associated with mental health. I lost my brother to suicide 2.5 years ago, and it was a life-changing moment to say the least, but it's also taught me that everyone should have access to mental health care when they need it. Nobody should feel ridiculed or isolated. It shouldn't matter what you look like, how much money you have, if you have insurance, where you live. Everyone should have access to help when they need it.
I believe that oftentimes we're not educated about certain things unless we've experienced it or it affects our lives in a certain way. And for me, that's the use of pronouns: she, he, and they. I really didn't understand them before, and mainly I believe that's because I didn't have experience with it inside my bubble. Not until my child Brady shared it with me. I've had to learn pronouns, I've had to practice, I've had to retrain my brain, and you know what? I've made a lot of mistakes. I have learned that when you make the mistake, name it, apologize, correct it, and move on. I'm hopeful that the DEI committee at Pathlight can provide a safe platform so that other people can share their experiences and be heard. And my dog wants to be heard. Right, Tank?
Why am I so invested in this push for diversity? It's quite simple, really. Diversity is beauty, and I'd love to show just how beautiful diversity is. Just like my family.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.